Good evening, everyone. Hello. Welcome to this evening's webinar. Thank you for joining me today. I want to do a quick sound check. If you can hear me, please let me know. Put in a Y or a yes, and just let me know that you're good to go here. Should be pretty straightforward here. But for the most part, very excited here. And we'll get started here in one moment. And let's see, I just want to make sure everybody is on the audio. So right now, for the most part, a lot of great action here today. I think we're building into some great action here heading into May, because we've had a rather quiet April here, and now again looking to build for a bigger May and perhaps heading into the summer. So this is going to be pretty exciting. But I just want to say welcome to this evening's webinar. My name is Frank Ochoa, also known as Pivot Boss. I am the author of the book Secrets of a Pivot Boss. And if you head over to pivotboss.com, this is where you'll see, here it is right here, pivotboss.com. You can learn more about me, my background, and you can also get analysis, training, and that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. I wanted to provide a sneak peek behind the scenes of Pivot Boss Masters and also Swing Trade Pro 2.0. I want to give you a good idea of what each is and what you can expect from each. We're having live trading and live training sessions over the next 2 weeks. Next week will be one entire rotation, a 1-week rotation for Pivot Boss Masters, where we will focus on intraday trading. We will be talking about our best RT trading strategies in addition to live trading throughout the week. And in addition, I will also be releasing a new indicator for our Masters members. And the following week after that, which will be May 6th through May 10th, will be the Swing Trade Pro 2.0 live training and trading sessions as well. So we're going to go back to back with this. So if you are already a current member of Pivot Boss Masters, you will get next week's session absolutely free to you. If you are a current member of Swing Trade Pro 2.0, you will also receive that training free. And if you're not a member of either, then you have a great opportunity to get a bundle which we've never offered before. So this is a one-time offer here for this bundle, which will give you just incredible training moving forward from both an intraday perspective and also a swing and longer term perspective as well. I will be and am currently recording this session and will put that video out perhaps this evening, and we'll email it out tomorrow as well. So if you cannot stay the rest of the session, or if you have to head out early, then this will also be recorded for later playback. So right now, I wanted to talk a little bit about Swing Trade Pro 2.0 and Pivot Boss Masters. I want to give you a little bit of information about each and give you an understanding about what each offers and give you a look behind the scenes that allows you to go into the training dashboard and see what is there. So that's going to be fantastic. Hey Armando, good to see you. So first of all, I wanted to show Pivot Boss Masters. Pivot Boss Masters has been phenomenal for our traders and our members that have had it. I've received phenomenal feedback for Pivot Boss Masters because of the way that I structured the training and also the way I structured the ongoing continuing education. This is one of the few opportunities, if not one of the only opportunities, that you'll see around the market where you pay once to get access to all the training that Pivot Boss Masters offers, and then any ongoing training that occurs, like we're doing next week, or any new indicators or any new live sessions that we hold, are all free to you moving forward. So this is one where you pay once and you continue to reap the rewards and benefits of that payment moving forward. That's just one of the things that I wanted to do for traders, because again, this is one thing that is very difficult to do in trading, is to learn great content and then be able to put put those techniques, put those strategies into practice, and actually begin to make money from it. It's not as easy as it can be for some folks, because again, there's a mental aspect to it. There is a what don't I know aspect to it. But what I like to do is break it all down into the best parts there, show you exactly what you need to know, exactly how to engage a certain setup or how to manage that type of trade. I show you how to enter trades, how to exit trades, how to scan for trades. I provide all indicators for you for various platforms. And again, this is an amazing training that allows you to build a wealth of experience based off of this training, so that you can then apply it to the market. So anyways, this is a fantastic training. I wanted to show you behind the scenes. Number one, Masters here. If you go down to the features here, it is absolutely professional training here. This is training that I've worked on from an institutional basis all the way down to proprietary tools and all the different things that I've done to help build profitable strategies and a profitable approach that anybody can emulate. What's fantastic about this is that there are recurring patterns in the market. There are certain situations where certain things happen, and when you see those things take place in the market, you pounce on it in a certain way. And once you do that, again, there's a certain approach that I like to employ in terms of risk management that allows you to really get a head start in the trade, allows you to pull money out so that you are risk-free, and then allows you to allow the trade to continue on and continue to make money without the burden of fearing that you're going to lose money. Again, removing that approach, removing that fear to trading is huge, because when you fear that you're going to lose money, that usually comes true, right? It's usually something that's it's a psychological aspect where scared money does not make money, and instead you have to approach it in a different way. You have to understand that you put up what you're willing to lose, and then you allow the trade to work out. And as the trade works in your favor, again, I show you how to pull your money out so that you can then have a free trade in play so that it continues to work out in your favor. And again, if you do every single trade in a very disciplined manner, over time, the results just speak for themselves. Because what we're doing here is looking for value opportunities, returning price to value, those types of things. And when you do that, statistically speaking, over time, you come out ahead. When you're consistently buying below value and returning price to value, you consistently come out ahead over time. That doesn't mean every trade's going to work out, but you have risk management behind you to cut the losers early and allow the winners to continue to run. So this is fantastic training, again, that I can teach anybody in a very short order of time so that you can build your skills, have confidence in the market, and trade anything that moves in the market, from Forex to stocks, ETFs, futures, stock options, again, any options, even crypto. This approach that I've developed here over the last 20 years continues to work in the market. It's an approach that I outlined in my book, Secrets of a Pivot Boss, nearly 10 years ago, and it continues to work to this day. Additionally, just aside from the training, we also offer powerful tools, proprietary tools for multiple platforms. I have 6 Pivot Boss proprietary indicators that I offer, in addition to many types of scans and other types of tools as well. But these tools are all you need to help you identify phenomenal trades in the market. And I provide these here, and any new indicators that I provide are yours free once you're a member. For example, next Thursday I will be introducing a new indicator for Pivot Boss Masters members, and it's theirs absolutely free. So for those members that have been in, say, for the last 5 or 8 years, they paid in once, and now they get these indicators for free and any ongoing training for free. It's literally the gift that keeps on giving. Again, you have lifetime access to Pivot Boss Masters, and this lifetime access, again, has all of the training on the dashboard ready to go. It's individual training videos that are teaching just powerful content in very short snippets, from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I try not to make anything over an hour because I know everybody's time is very limited. I try to get in, teach you something very powerful, and then you can get on to actually using that those concepts and those techniques in the market. And again, with anything I offer, it's always a money-back guarantee, 100%. You have 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. Even if you watch all of the videos, all of the training content, and decide it's not for you, no questions asked. I give the money right back. Again, there's been over the years maybe once or twice where I've had to give the money back, and it's not because of anything the content was. It was mostly because people weren't ready at that time, or whatever the case might be, or hardships. So again, it's always content, again, that is powerful moving forward. I always provide additional content year over year, and there's no risk to get involved. So I just wanted to point those out right away. But what I wanted to do here is jump into the training dashboard. This is a sneak peek after all. And I wanted to show you what Masters is. So when you jump into Masters and you jump into the dashboard here, you'll see a Pivot Boss dashboard here. You'll see some updates. But the biggest thing here is there's two types of training. There's core training and there's the proprietary training. The core training is training that all traders should know. All traders should know this training. It's the theory, it's the analysis, and the execution. So the theory provides a very good foundational framework for how you should view the market, how you should view opportunities in the market. Again, we talked earlier about overvalued and undervalued opportunities. Again, if you're consistently buying undervalued opportunities to return to value, over time you will win out in the market. This is part of the theory here. Analysis helps you identify when and where to do business. How do you analyze a chart to understand that it's undervalued or overvalued? How do you analyze a chart to understand if it's range bound or trending? What are the things you're looking for, and where are those entry points, exit points? Execution is all about, okay, I found an opportunity. How do I get into that trade? How do I get out of that trade? How do I manage the trade? Those types of things. And when it comes to execution, it's incredible how precise we can be in terms of identifying the perfect entries on many, many trades. Doesn't mean every trade's going to be that way, but many, many times we can identify the perfect entry, identify perfect T1 targets, T2s, T3s, and allow the trade to continue onward. So let's take a look at a little core training here. If you come over here to theory, it's going to take you into a section here where you see the core training module here. Auction market theory, core principles like foundational market concepts, the science of mindset, auction market theory again, lookbooks, exercises, those types of things. This gets you on the path to identifying what you need to know about the market, how to frame different types of market cycles so that you can understand when to get in, when to get out. Additionally, if we go to analysis, this is where it really, really expands. You got a ton of content here, and it goes from volume profile, pivot-based analysis, price-based analysis, even algorithmic and program-based analysis, intraday analysis, right? All of these various concepts here. And again, this is what's great about Masters, is that if you lack understanding in volume profiling, then you can come in here and take a quick course here, click on volume profiling here for volume-based analysis, and watch this video here, and it's going to give you a great step up. Additionally, you can then click on advanced volume profiling, intro to volume profiling. If you want to understand price-based analysis, we have price-based analysis that really breaks these things down. If you are an intraday trader that wants to learn more about intraday scalping or day trading techniques, then we have intraday analysis as well, and market structure principles. All these various concepts are here. And again, this is the analysis section here where you can just pinpoint all of these things. Trading with FOMC key levels, again, a price-based concept that is so powerful, something that has been in place since 2009. I mean, these concepts have been going strong for 10 years now. In 2009, when the Fed eased up a bit, that was the bottom of the market, and ever since, the market has been mostly a Fed-based market. That's why the market watches the Fed so intently all the time. So again, you get all of these various courses. Now, if we come over here again to core training, go down to execution now, you get all the various ways to execute a trade. From risk management, core trade management, basic professional trade management, order flow analysis. There's even footprint analysis. You have core trade management techniques, entry techniques, advanced trade management, pinpointing precision entries, confirming entries with the footprint, studying entry scenarios with playback, and advanced risk management and portfolio management. So again, all of these various things, these courses are between 45 minutes and an hour long. Sometimes they're even less. They're very compact so that you can get in, understand the information, get it very quickly, and then start using it the next day or the next session. So again, very, very powerful techniques here. The proprietary training, if I click on prop training here, this takes us to a spot here where we have training based off my Pivot Boss pivots, my Pivot Boss bands, the Pivot Boss ADR method, and the Pivot Boss PIMA method. Each of these approaches are powerful in and of themselves. Just learning one of these sections will make you immensely more confident in engaging the market. But additionally, when you start to combine the approaches, that's where it really gets very, very powerful. So again, if you were to look at, say, ADR method here, you're going to get some ADR method courses, introduction. What is the ADR method? What are some types of trades that you can get out from it? We talk about volatility. We talk about prospecting with it and scanning with these tools. And again, one of the things that we do here is offer proprietary tools in our resource library that help you scan for some of these opportunities using these tools. So if you go to our resource library here for Thinkorswim, for example, you can see down here a ton of scans ready and for you to download and begin using immediately. These are all various indicators that you have access to, all free to you moving forward, even if you've been in for many years, obviously. So as I continue to add, and I'm going to add another indicator to this list here that will be taught next week. Again, that will be in the list in addition to any scans that I provide. These are all Thinkorswim scans right here. So if you have Thinkorswim, that is one of the best libraries we own. InvestorRT is another powerful platform as well. And I just provide my entire updated database, which I'll be updating again here for next week's session. But I provide the entire database that I use for InvestorRT, which provides all the various indicators and chart templates and footprints that you need to begin trading. This is a fantastic platform. If you look at NinjaTrader, I have indicators for NinjaTrader as well. You can download the zip file and it pops it right into your downloads folder. You can then follow this approach to import those into your NinjaTrader. For those of you who have OmniTrader or Visual Trader, I also have all of my various indicators here as well that allow you to use our tools right on your screen for OmniTrader or Visual Trader. I use Visual Trader every single day in our trading room with these various scripts as well, and again, a platform that I love to use. So again, you have all of this resource library available to you. The chart gallery is fantastic as well. The chart gallery is one of these galleries here where it has all these various keywords here. If you want to learn more about the footprint, for example, I can click on footprint right here and it'll pop up a custom grid here where I can then look at each of these and start to push through and learn about the footprint and what it can do for me and how I can use it in training, and I outline every single thing out there for you. Additionally, if I were going back to the slideshow or go back to the original chart here, many of these have so many more. Volume-based profiling, for example. Look at how many charts there are here. Again, I break it down very simply on what you're looking for, the various concepts, all the various things we're doing. So this is how Masters really allows folks to learn very quickly because of the gallery, because of the training. I'm showing all the various aspects here that you need to know. Now, this is powerful information, and sometimes, if we go back to the dashboard here, sometimes this training can be daunting because there's so much information here. There's so much information. What's great about Masters, if you're trying to choose between Masters and Swing Trade Pro, is that Masters is almost the kitchen sink approach. My goal is to provide all the information that you really need to know to become a profitable and confident trader in the market. And Masters does it all, from showing you the types of tools that you need, to showing you the theory, to showing you how to analyze with various indicators, to showing you how to trade on an intraday basis, on a swing basis. I provide scans, all the various things. It's kind of the kitchen sink approach. Basically, if you need to learn more about volume profiling, you can jump in here and do it. If you need to learn more about price-based analysis, you can jump in here and do it. If you want to learn more about trade management, you come in here, click a link here, and you see exactly what to do, or you click a video, and again, 45 minutes later, you have a very good understanding of how to engage that content. Each of these topics are very, very powerful, and again, helps you really, really engage the market in a way that, again, only few traders really know how. Next week we do have some powerful sessions coming up. Number one, we're going to be discussing our top RT trading strategy. So this is going to be an intraday focused training where we will be discussing how to engage the market from an intraday basis. So for those of you who want to learn more about trading intraday, from RT scalping strategies, or how to identify when it might be a great trending day or a day trade type of opportunity, we're going to be discussing those. And then what we're going to do is, after we talk about RT trading strategies here, this is going to be a night session on Monday. We'll engage the market on Tuesday and Wednesday as live trading sessions. On Thursday, we'll come in and do a very new indicator, introducing the Pivot Boss Body Percent Indicator, which is a fantastic indicator. I also have a style for that as well. And that will help us find fantastic opportunities that are ready to move on a higher time frame basis. And then or intraday as well. And then we'll come in on Friday and finish up with another live trading session. These trading sessions are from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Central, whereas the training sessions at night are 6 to 7 p.m. Again, designed to be very informative and also help you make money if you follow along. Additionally, each one of these will be recorded and posted to the dashboard that same evening. So as soon as we've recorded it, it will be posted to the dashboard so that you can rewatch it or watch it for the first time right away. So again, this is going to be a fantastic way to jump right into some live training next week. And it also gives you a chance here to come in here and watch some of the trading and get up to speed with Masters. So again, Masters is, in my opinion, the best value that you can find out there. It is a fantastic value. It's only $9.95 for Pivot Boss Masters, and again, it is a 30-day money-back guarantee for this one, and you never have to pay again. So for 5-day training like we're doing next week, it's free to you if you've already joined. And I know there's some in here that are already Pivot Boss Masters members, and this will be free, absolutely free to you next week. Again, I did that because I understand how difficult it is for traders to come online, learn something, and then try to be profitable from it. I taught myself how to trade so long ago, but also had help along the way, and I wish I had a resource like this at a price point like this so that I can learn, because for $9.95 to learn the wealth of information that you'll learn at Pivot Boss Masters, plus the ongoing education, you can lose that in mere minutes if you make a wrong trade because of lack of information and education. You can, if you try to trade crude or ES or the NASDAQ, or you try to trade something else, gold, I mean, if you're not doing it the right way, the market will eventually take your money, and sometimes it can be bad. I mean, how many of us have blown out a $5,000 account or a $20,000 account? It happens, and it happens much more often than you think. So a price point like this that gives you a head start and then provides continuing education year over year, plus tools, plus training. That type of thing is just, in my opinion, is just you can't put a dollar amount on it. You really can't. And so again, this is a fantastic opportunity here. Now, what sets Masters apart, or what sets Swing Trade Pro 2.0 apart from Masters, rather, is that this provides a very, very clear blueprint. So for those of you that are thinking about Swing Trade Pro 2.0, this one right here provides a very clear blueprint for how to engage a market. As a matter of fact, quite literally, I provide blueprints. I provide blueprints for identifying how to trade certain setups. I provide trade sequence blueprints. In addition to, this is the first time that I've ever provided training for options. So you can see Swing Trade Pro 2.0 is a 5-step program right here. Hey Ron, good to see you. Ron says here he's been in Masters 2 years, or have been in there for 2 years now, and it's the best purchase ever. I appreciate that, and thank you. Again, I'm looking forward to next week. Looking forward to seeing you there too, Ron. Thank you for that comment. This right here, I love Swing Trade Pro 2.0. It is a 135-page PDF. I basically wrote a book, a very quick book, to help folks understand how I engage the market from a swing basis. And it breaks it down into 9 trading blueprints. So I provide 9 trading blueprints with various entry points, re-entry points, add back points, how to scale out, when to know you're wrong. And these are the types of things that I use every single day in the trading room, and those the traders in our trading room do the same exact thing, and had, again, provide just great wealth of information when they're providing trade opportunities in the room based off of what we learned. So it's awesome, because not only do I provide trade recommendations, but there's those in the room as well that identify great opportunities and say, hey, check this out. I think it's going to go here and there because of this setup and what we're doing. And it's a way for all of us to kind of follow along and make some money together. This 135-page Swing Trade Pro 2.0 PDF is just as powerful as it gets. In addition to that, there are 20 hours of on-demand training at the dashboard. It includes 9 trading blueprints. It includes a risk management matrix, and again, very similar to our Masters, it is 100% money-back guarantee. If you are not happy, then you get your money back 100%, no questions asked. Again, I rarely, if ever, have to give money back because folks are so happy with the value and the content. What I strive to do is provide amazing content and then provide a great price point that just makes the value just incredible. And that's why I think folks really, really love what I have to offer compared to other sources out there. I break it down in a way that's very, very usable, and so that you can understand what I'm doing and then put it into action. Great question here. Do you call out any trades in the trade room as they happen? Absolutely. Absolutely. As they're happening, just today, and what we do in the trading room is we go in every morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Central. That's Central Time. And we do 2 hours here. I get on the mic right after the RTH opens, so the first 30 or 45 minutes is chat where we're talking about this or that. And then from there, I jump on the mic and we're engaging the market. We can be intraday trading, like for example, yesterday and today, talking about crude oil trades or NQ trades. Yesterday was an NQ trade on a pullback buy as it was trending up. Today, I'm pulling swing trades. So we also, after the morning session, I come in from 2 to 3 p.m. Central, and then we do the last hour. Usually this last hour is mostly geared towards swing because a lot of the intraday action is done earlier. This can also be swing, so if I don't get in here, maybe at the open here, that swing is triggered the next morning. But most of this is intraday and swing. Down here, it's usually more swing focused in terms of identifying ideas. Today I made entries, I think in what was it, Schwab, if that's right, and then also another one I made an entry on was EW, I believe, and I'm also bidding DPZ right now on a short strategy right there. So right now, those are the ones that I entered this afternoon. Again, you're free to follow along with those entries. You're free to just learn from them and find additional ones that you like. But for the most part, I do my best to show you not only exactly what I'm trading, but why. And I teach the why live in the room as well. So the trading room is the best place to kind of get the hands-on trading and training and see what exactly we're doing, how I do it, where I enter, and why. But it's uncanny because we have some phenomenal traders in that room, some of which may have started out not as great, but then have been in the room and have continued to get better and better and better. And then there's others who have come in as professionals straight from the floor with floor experience that have experience that far exceeds what I've had in my life. And they provide fantastic flowing content as well. So we have a really, really good mix of folks. I also don't promote the room as much because I like keeping it kind of manageable and smaller. I've been in rooms before where there was 400 or 500 people in it, and it's just utter chaos. So I don't really promote the room that much, but the folks that do come in, we have fantastic folks that are there. We get along great, and the focus is on trying to make money together, and that's what we do. In terms of Swing Trade Pro, again, what I like about this, it's a 5-step approach. I talk about execution, number one. Because before you understand what you want to get into, you have to understand how you want to get in. You have to know how you want to, how much you want to allocate, how much you're willing to risk, when your out is, all those various things. This is incredible. Step 2, trade sequences. This is where I provide 9 trading blueprints to show you what we're looking for, where to enter, where to add back, where to defend, where you're wrong, how to scale, all these various things. Very, very useful. Step 3, and this is what makes Swing Trade Pro 2.0 unique from a Pivot Boss standpoint. This is the first time that I'm offering strategies for options traders. So step 3 is about the various types of option strategies that I use. It says here that you learn 13 easy to understand option strategies. And again, if anybody knows me and how I approach teaching and trading, I try to simplify everything I do. Options can be daunting, it can be difficult, but the way that we approach it, it's very, very simple. You know what you're looking for, you know the various option strategies. I do not try to overcomplicate the strategies, and depending on the type of setup there is, we have a certain strategy that can go with it. So again, this is about as powerful as it gets. And what I like about this right here, for those of you that are not familiar with options, or maybe you're not that great yet, or maybe you're trying to build consistency, what I really like about options here is that, number one, I can teach you very quickly with this step. And this step right here is probably half of the course by itself in terms of number of hours or minutes of overall. That's how involved it is. But what I love about it is that it gives you a winning mindset. It gives you a mindset that doesn't really make you fearful of the result. With options, you set the amount that you're willing to risk as a percentage of portfolio or a percentage of account, and then from there, my goal is not to lose that entire bit. I know I can if I want to, or if I allow it to, but my goal is not even to lose that entire amount that I'm putting up there. I like to lose maybe a third or a half of that, and then it gives me kind of a mental head start in my brain. Even if I lose on a trade, I didn't lose the entire amount that I allotted. I only lost a little portion. It makes me happy. I move on. And it's, a lot of times folks have a hard time taking a loss. Whereas on my end, I don't have a hard time. If it's not going to be a good one here, I know it pretty fast. I get out. I've only lost a teeny bit of what I allocated, But on the other side, on the flip side, when we're right big time, which is most of the time, and we have great entries, great execution, those same strategies tend to double, triple, or more in terms of option value because of the way we structured it. So you're losing a little bit on the back end, but if you're making 2 or 3 times what what you paid. So this is an approach, again, that I really like. If you don't use options, I think you have to, especially in this type of market, in a market that's very fast, in a market where the news is so quick to spread. Anything can happen so quickly. You see, even just this year, after a major sell-off in Q4, many stocks have come roaring back this year with gains that are sometimes double or triple, or 45% gains could be very teeny compared to some of these others. That's just incredible market movement. And if you're wrong, that could be incredibly bad. But with options, it cuts that risk significantly and gives you a mental head start. I love it. So this right here, very powerful. You go on to execution, and from there I show you exactly how to enter and trigger entries and manage the trade. Again, another kind of mental aspect here of managing a trade is being able to pay yourself as the trade goes along. It's very important, because ultimately, as soon as they flash that money, if you don't take it, they'll take it from you. So you have to understand when and how to take that cash as it goes along the trade. And then step 5 here is more documentation. Documentation about, basically reflection, keeping yourself accountable, and documenting those trades so that you can see a pattern for either progress or pattern of destruction here and correct that. So again, Swing Trade Pro kind of is master's quality training and beyond with the options, but it makes it all into a tiny little box with a little bow that allows you to follow this approach in just 10 to 20 short hours. I mean, imagine trying to learn something as daunting as trading and doing it in just 10 to 20 hours. That is incredible. Now, that doesn't mean that once you're done in 10 hours, you're going to be the best trader. That just means you have the information. Now you have to put it in practice, and you have to be disciplined about your approach. But this is what we talk about here. So Swing Trade Pro is incredible. Now, if you go over here to the dashboard, you'll see here, again, at the dashboard for Swing Trade Pro is very similar to what you'll see at the Masters dashboard, but it's much smaller, right? So from right here, you'll see here's Swing Trade Pro, 5-step program here. From here, you'll see that the full course here. Here's your step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. That's your course. That's it. That's your 5-step course right there, and that is 10 hours worth right there. 10 hours. And then you add the live trading events that we did previously, which I've then added to the training dashboard. And then in 2 weeks, when we do another 5-day live trading event, I will then add those as well to this dashboard. So you'll be getting another 1.5 hours per day on a 5-day basis there. 5 more videos that come up that will be added to the dashboard. But again, very solid. This is not daunting. So if you look at Masters and you say, wow, that's a lot of stuff there, I don't know if I can wrap my head around all that content, Swing Trade Pro is for you. If you want them both, it's a fantastic bundle right now. So if you go over here to the email that I sent out a while, right now Masters is $9.95, Swing Trade Pro is $6.97. If you want them both, it's $13.95, and that is just it's just an incredible deal. It's an incredible deal, and this is something that it's hard to pass up for the quality of training that you're getting. Again, keep in mind, it is a risk-free offer. This is a risk-free offer because if you don't like what you're seeing here, you get your money back. In 30 days, you don't like what you're seeing, you get your money back. That's fine. And again, I've never really had to give that back unless for extenuating circumstances. But for the most part, folks love the content. I try to over deliver. I provide great content of which I use every single day. And if you look at the live sessions coming up for Swing Trade Pro, we will be doing a trade review and live prospecting on day 1, which will be at 6 p.m. that night. Live trade review is basically I'm showing you all the trades and different trades that I've traded over the last quarter to show good trades and bad trades, because we can learn from them both, right? You can't just learn from all the winning trades. You also have to understand how I manage the losing trades. So we talk about a trade review and showed various concepts there of how to approach those trades. And then we also do some live prospecting for the upcoming session. The next day, we'll be in there for live trading days 2 and 3. That'll be again from 10 to 11:30 a.m. And then day 4 here, identifying change of bias in 3 steps. This is something that is significant for those of you that like to trade position trade or trade, active invest for 3, 4, 6 months out or more. This is for you, because this is the type of thing where if you can identify this, you can then ride the coattails of a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 month trend with just one entry. And those are some of my favorite. I'm in some of those long-term ones right now. I can actually show a couple if you like. And then Friday we'll finish with another live session, live trading session. So again, just phenomenal content for just a great value, risk-free. Another question here, roughly speaking, what is your ROI per month as a percentage or maybe a number of ticks on a daily basis for your intraday trades? Well, I manage many different accounts, from larger portfolio accounts to also smaller trading accounts and different things. The first quarter of this year, just all collectively, I believe it was like 17% up, which was good, but not as probably good as I could have done. I could have been more aggressive. Again, things happen. That's kind of what I did. But again, it's always a little different. It just kind of depends. So that was kind of as a cumulative over all the accounts there. But again, that's a great amount for just 3 months, right? The idea and the goal here is over the course of the year, how much of that do you keep? How much do you build on? And then again, just continue to risk appropriately, because right now where we are in the market is fairly high compared to where we were recently. And once you come this far this fast, again, you have to start managing your money a little differently and finding a little bit different opportunities. So again, you have to go as the market goes. Sometimes the market's more quiet, sometimes it's more aggressive, and so again, being able to ride those waves and being able to shift between intraday focus and swing focus, or blend the two, I think is very, very important. One of the things that I did not mention, which is very, very important, is the way that I teach my concepts and my strategies and all the different things. It's all universally applied to any time frame. So if you are an intraday focused trader, you can use these concepts. If you are a swing trader, you can use the exact same concepts. If you do both, you don't have to learn anything different, because you can use the same things. So again, that was my focus so long ago when I built this approach. It was to allow me to have a universal approach to trading the market without having to learn, something different for scalping versus active investing. Just anything from the lowest tick to the highest tick, I wanted to be able to build an approach that allowed me to trade each of those universally, and we succeeded in doing that. So again, that's something I use every single day. Is the same techniques I'll use intraday are the same techniques I'll use end of day for the most part. However, there are some intraday approaches that can't be used higher time frame. We'll talk about that next week in Masters as well. So for example, let me go over here real quickly to a couple of charts. I mentioned I'm in some longer term trades here. Let's go over here real quickly to eBay, right? This is something where I mentioned earlier in this year that this was one of my long candidates for the year. This is part of the COB, identifying COB in 3 steps. This is going to be an idea we talk about next week. But for the most part, this was very, very bearish. Right about here, that was the long. And then there was various entry points along the way that allowed you to get into this thing, and it was a long candidate here again. Identifying when to get long, identifying when the shift in trend is occurring, identifying when to break out and how to measure the pullbacks is part of what we do in Swing Trade Pro and also in Masters. Again, if you go with Masters, you're going to get the same types of things, not the exact same content, but you're going to identify exactly what we're looking for at each of these points. Every single one of those was great, but it all started right here. That was the long at that moment. For those of you that have my book, Secrets of a Pivot Boss, you understand that this is the pivot range right here. And in a lower value relationship, when it goes narrow and you take it bid, you change the bias of the trend, and now you start to focus on an uptrending market, and that gives you directional conviction. It gives you it gives you an idea of what the market's likely to do so that you can identify where the best entries are. Right now, one of the long-term ones that I'm in is Maxim, and this is one that I believe is headed much, much higher over the next 3 to 4 months. I've been in it the entire month for the most part. This breakout here was significant. And again, with this one, very, very tight price action, and then we get the big breakout here. My entry, again, was the perfect entry. Doesn't have to be the lowest price ever. This was my entry right here. It was that low right there. And once we saw, this was a great breakout, and we had the failed low, and we closed up here. On that close, I entered the trade for the next day. It came down, filled the order, and then has been up ever since. This thing, I believe, it's gained about 50% in that short amount of time. But I'm looking to hold it to the end of the summer. I'm looking for this thing to continue higher. Not only that, I'm looking perhaps to add back to it next month, because here's the pivot range, higher value, likely to see some sort of pullback into that pivot range with perhaps a follow through that comes. I'm looking for a move into 65 with a shot to seeing 70 by August. So again, that's just one of the concepts here that we used recently. Was compression leads to expansion. Very, very big move. Others, again, have been fantastic. For example, RH. This is a scary one, right? Earnings comes out on this one, and this is a Swing Trade Pro type of concept where earnings comes out and it gets crushed. And right here, I enter long, but I do it by selling a credit spread. And that's one of the things where you learn from looking at the options section in our Swing Trade Pro 2.0. That's step 3, and I was able to do so and make a 3-to-1 return on that one by the time expiration came around on this day. So I was able to climb up and get a fantastic approach right there, get a fantastic strategy on that one, and make money. Again, just identifying when and where to make some of these trades. There's others as well. I mean, PayPal was a fantastic one. This was another one here that has seen extreme expansion. And this is, again, going to be part of the change of bias type of training here, where this thing compressed so much, and once it got the breakout, every one of these pullbacks was a buy, or you get in once and hold it for 3 months or 4 months as it heads higher. This was been case in point in one of these that has just killed it this year. So many, many ideas here. And there's no shortage of great candidates. We've traded candidate after candidate that has been phenomenal. Right now, I'm still in VMW. This one was also a breakout candidate, just like PayPal. And if you go back to the beginning of the year where I do my monthly market outlook, PayPal and VMW were all part of that breakout crew. It broke to the upside. Here's your pullback and go. Here's another pullback and go. Here's another pullback and go. You can trade each of these individually. You can trade it all in one. Again, Depends on your style and your approach. Right now, I'm in this trade right here where it pulled back. I got in on this tail at 178. That's where my entry was. Big push up to begin, one down day, and then a continuation. Another pullback and a continuation. I took my first level profits on this day right here. I took half off the trade. Today, I took another quarter off the trade. I'm still holding a quarter just in case it continues higher. So overall, this one has been phenomenal. I'm still in that trade, but again, notice the entries on these. Notice where I'm getting in with little to no adverse excursion and all positive movement in my direction. Additionally, because I understand the framework that I'm working in, after this entry and price pushes up and I make quite a bit really quickly, a lot of that profit was gone in one day. But I did not get flustered. There was no panic. Instead, I told the group this is a great spot to add back to the trade if you wanted to, because it's still in the framework. Same thing here. After I took half off, I mentioned this is another opportunity to add to the trade if you want to, ahead of what could be the next push. Again, just being able to understand that framework, I think, is very powerful. Now, these are swing trades, but the exact same trades can be done on an intraday basis. And again, this is something we work on every single day in the trading room. So again, a lot of great content at Pivot Boss Masters, a lot of great content at Swing Trade Pro 2.0, and nothing beats the bundle here of $13.95 with a risk-free guarantee. Again, you can jump in, check out the content for both. If you want to be swing oriented with options, Swing Trade Pro's for you. Swing Trade Pro 2.0. If you want an all-around approach with intraday, all kinds of indicators and scans, you want swing, you want long-term, you want all these things, Pivot Boss Masters is for you. And if you want the best value on the internet for this level of training, it's hard to beat the bundle. So if you have any other questions here, I'd be happy to answer. Again, I will be sending out the recording so that you can rewatch this or watch it for the first time. And if you have any questions later on, please email me at frank@pivotboss.com. I'll put that right here into, that's my email there, frank@pivotboss.com. If you want this link here so you can visit the page, there it is. It's MailChimp/pivotboss and let's make some money. And again, this is going to be next week. We'll be in there live. We'll have some night sessions, some day sessions, and these will all be recorded and posted to the dashboard the same day. So again, I want to say thank you all very, very much for joining me here this evening. A lot of great content. Really stand behind the training that we offer here. I've got none but fantastic reviews from traders from all over the world over the last many years. Swing Trade Pro 2.0 is a very new product that came out last October. So October of 2018, but Masters has been around since I believe 2012, maybe 2013. So it has had content that's continued to be stacked on top of it for at least 6-7 years. So again, I want to say thank you all very much. If you have any other questions, please let me know. And I want to say have a fantastic evening, and I will see you all in the trading room tomorrow. Everyone have a fantastic night, and take care.